What's going on, guys? This is Joe Young coming at you another video. Today I'm going to show you guys some options and settings in Overwatch that you guys should use and do. I just recently found a couple of these things out and wanted to share it with you guys. Alright, so a lot of this is going to be geared towards like beginners or even people who just play it for fun and don't really know all the options. So the first thing I wanted to show you guys is the different type of crosshairs. So if you go scroll down to controls here, and you can do all heroes or separate heroes, which is pretty cool, and I'll show you in a second here. If you go down to reticle here, reticle is your crosshair. So by default, a lot of the heroes will have nothing. They'll literally have like nothing. It will just be like you're guessing. So initially when I was playing the game, I had it on default obviously, and it's really difficult to guess unless you play the game and it just becomes natural, which a lot of people use it, but a lot of these other FPS games FPS games has like some sort of crosshair, so it helps you out. It's a little bit easier. And if you go through all of these here, they're different types. So this circle here basically is a little circle, and this is one I currently use, and I'll show you why I kind of like that versus the other ones. Circle one, a crosshair, a short crosshair, and a dot. So I'm gonna go and show you guys default first. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. Alright, so the default obviously is just nothing. I mean, it's just blank. So I'm not gonna show you guys that. You guys can play it, turn it, and then see how default is blank. There's nothing basically. I'm gonna show you guys circle real fast. So circle is what I use and what I like to use. So I'm going here, and actually in here you can change the options, so it's a little bit easier. I'll show you guys. Alright, so if you go on here, I'm gonna pick a basic hero. I'm just pick McCree. Okay, so McCree. Here's McCree. As you can see, the center crosshair area is a little circle here. So this is that circle that I was talking about. And as you fire, it gets bigger. And then so let's go ahead and switch through the different ones. So if we go back to controls here real quick and go down the circle, let's do crosshair. So this is the normal crosshair. And if you look at the normal crosshair, it's pretty big. A lot of people like this because you can kind of track like where the actual point of the head is, and you can shoot pretty well. The only problem I have with this is, as you can see, this crosshair is pretty big and it actually takes a lot of the screen. And if you're standing way back here and you're trying to shoot this guy here, yes, it's pretty accurate, but like you see how it blocks the person. And if you're like way back here, like you can't tell if I'm aiming at the head, I'm aiming at the body, because this crosshair is so big, right? So that one is kind of big, I think. If you really wanted to, you can use the crosshair and use a smaller one. This is same style, but it's just a smaller crosshair. So if you look at this, it's a little bit better, as you can see. But still, for me, like if you're way back here, this crosshair, as you can see, still takes up the guy's whole entire body, and it's just hard to aim and see where it is at. Maybe people will get used to it or whatever. You can definitely use that. And then the final thing is just a dot. So literally it's just a dot in the center of this right here. This one's not too bad. You can use that too. The only thing for me with a dot is it's small and you kind of can forget about it sometimes. So I always like to go with the circle, because if you look at now at the circle, it has a dot in the center and plus like a little ring outside. And as you can see, it's just a little bit easier, and it doesn't take that much up space. So I really like the circle here. So this is what I use. Alright, so the next tip I want to give you guys is by hero. So if you go to specific heroes, especially like Hanzo and Genji, under controls, the same menu, and you scroll down a little bit, there's a hero portion of it where it says automatic climb walls. This right here is awesome. Alright, so let me show you guys with it off first, and then I will show you guys with it on. So what is auto climb wall? So it does exactly what it says. It climbs wall automatically. So if I'm Genji and I want to climb this wall, I have to press and hold space to climb, right? It's not that big of a deal, but sometimes when you're in like gameplay and you're like jumping around and you're like trying to do whatever, right, and you're trying to dodge stuff, and then you try to go up to a wall and climb and you forget to press and hold shift, you're screwed, because now you're just like, you're just leaning onto this wall. You're just like, boop, and you just hit this wall and you're like doing nothing. That's happened to me a couple of times, because like sometimes, you know, I don't know, the space bar might not register completely, or like I'm not holding it right or whatever, right? And you won't climb this wall. So I did, you know, the manual way. This is the manual way where, you know, the auto climb just isn't on for a while, and then I kind of got used to it. But like I said, right, sometimes in like massive gameplay, I'm playing and I try to jump this wall and I just smack the wall and do nothing, and then like I literally have to like jump and try to climb as fast as I can. Okay, so like I'm gonna switch real quick and I'm gonna turn it on and show you guys how to engage it while it's on. And also, if you do like, you know, specific crosshairs or certain things for heroes, you can go on here and, you know, pick certain things, right? So for example, I'm gonna turn this on real quick. Genji, I have his stuff on just default. So if I do the circle thing here, it's on there, so circle, right? I think the default for Genji was a little circle anyways. But okay, so with automatic wall climb, right? So basically what you have to do is you just have to run up to the wall and jump like onto the wall. So you just don't have to press and hold shift. You have to just jump forward and hit the wall, and he'll start climbing. All right. The only downfall I've seen this was, especially with Genji, is because he can do kind of like a double climb on the walls after he bounces off. Is if you wanted to climb a wall and stop like to a certain area here and kind of start hitting people, he'll start like, because you have this auto climb on, he'll just keep climbing. I've had issues on some gameplay where I'll be climbing a wall and then I wanted to stop to start shooting or start, you know, hitting or whatever, and I kept climbing because there was like another portion to this wall, and you know, you're still like climbing. So that's the only downfall, but overall I really like the auto climb. You definitely should use it, especially if you're playing Hanzo, playing Genji. It'll just save you. I guess one button to press, because you know, Genji, you already have to press a bunch of buttons to do combos anyways, and I'll definitely save you time. Alright, so another specific thing is Widowmaker. I'm going to show you guys the default real quick, and I just discovered this, and I was kind of sad because like I was playing Widowmaker before and I just really didn't toggle down to this option. So any Widowmaker players out there, if you look down here in the hero, toggle zoom, I'm gonna hit off real quick. So this is what the default is, and this sensitivity you can definitely change it, and I didn't change it initially, and it was actually set to 30, and I changed it up because I needed it to move faster. So in this one, if you right click and hold, so in default you have to right click and hold to zoom, and you have to hold to actually fully charge and let go. So the problem with this is you have to like constantly hold stuff, and it's kind of just annoying sometimes because your fingers are just like, okay, well, I'm holding this, letting go, blah blah blah, right? So if you go to this option, controls, hero specific, go down to Widowmaker, and you click on Widowmaker here, and so if you go to toggle zoom here, and what you'll see here is if I just click, right click, it automatically zooms in for you, and I'm in this mode without having to hold down the button. It saves so much time, and it's just way better because you can just focus on aiming at the guy instead of holding this and trying to zoom at the same time. So that is really, really awesome. Like, this is really, really awesome. So another one is Mercy. So for example, Mercy, I'm going to show you guys the options for Mercy here. If you look under Mercy's things here, let me scroll down to Mercy real quick. She has a similar thing where it's toggle beam connect, so it's similar to like Widowmaker where you have to press and hold the actual zoom button. If you have this on and you click on your hero or whatever, it'll automatically link that person until you dislink it and like link somebody else. So it saves you time and space instead of clicking. So as you can see, I can just click on it and it automatically link until I pick on somebody else here. See that? It just saves time, and also it's way easier, you know, you don't have to hold it all day. Same thing with Reinhardt's shield. Reinhardt's shield is the same way. Alright guys, so make sure you guys check this out. Definitely these are different options for different heroes. They are a lifesaver. They're really, really sweet. and it'll take your game to the next level, to be honest. Alright guys, until next time, peace.